Thank you for clicking on this video. Enjoy!
Alright. Tavern Talk. I do a synopsis of where we're at, but I don't fully remember everything. So we're just gonna get into it and remember as we go along. Act 2. Chapter 10. I'm kind of curious how many chapters there are and acts there are, so I'm gonna Google that real quick. Tavern Talk. How many acts? I feel like the game could be a little bit lower. Yeah, it definitely can be a little bit lower. We'll fix that in a smidge. Oh, right, because my audio fully changed, so this is back at 100% instead of where it's supposed to be. Fixed. Apologies for that. Okay, so there's 3 acts. And I would assume that we're on the probably like last chapter of Act 2 is if I'm guessing. Last or second to last or something along those lines. Okay, so we might get very close to finishing the base game today, and then we can get into the DLC. Hey, Cryptic. How are you? Howdy, howdy. Hello, Tavern Talker. Hello. Welcome to my tavern. Loving the top? Thank you. You've seen this top before. Haven't you? I've worn this top before on stream. Quite a few times, too. Heck, the last time we played Lethal Company, I was wearing it. How's the tavern and the talking? Well, we started off with mic issues, apparently, because for some reason, my Elgato Wave app was not on. So that means that the entire mic was not working. So we had to figure that out, and then we've kind of just chatted until now. But we're about to actually get into the game. You like my cool issues, right? Like, why? Yeah, so usually when I have mic issues, it's a quick audio input in OBS. That's a quick like fix and it's fixed, but not this time. Do you use an Elgato capture card, by the way? I have one, but never used it. Capture card for like when you use with consoles and stuff? If so, yes. Honestly, I have a lot of the Elgato stuff. I have their capture card, I have their mic, and I have their Stream Deck. So I have quite a few of their products. They do make really good streaming products since that's who they cater for, mostly. But yes. Alright, Act 2, Chapter 10. Let's get into it. I don't remember any of the voices I gave them, so entirely new voices, I guess. It's fine. You have no console to use it. I mean, you could technically use it for, a dual PC setup too. Technically. Because it's not only for consoles, technically speaking. Hey, Innkeeper. Hello, it's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me? A little. You finished the hard room yesterday? Very relieved? Good! Good, I'm glad you finished it. You should have seen the clip that that Kai shared earlier from his stream earlier. He misput the one last input on the Lumbo to be able to finish it for good. It's like, oh no. That's so sad. That is so sad. I was looking at it and I was like, no, I'm so sorry. Big oof, right? Like the very last input, it's like, no. Like you could see the hurt. You could see the hurt. It's like, oh no. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy, but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. You know that type of fan 100%, right? It's like, you're right at the end, it's like, no, I failed. Miserably. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that loosened my tongue. I feel like this job trained me of all my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Alright, you usually like things that include charm. Yeah. Alright, what you want? 1,000 wins could... Hello, whoever followed. Thank you for the follow. I really gotta find out how that bot... I don't even know where that bot is coming from. And I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyways, follows are supposed to be anonymous. Not you. Not you. Ads. Okay, we're in ads. This. I'm sorry for ads. Wait. If there's a way that I could stop ads, I would. I would stop ads if I could. Alright, ads should be done now. Okay, ads should be done. Everyone's back? I hope? Right? Right. Cool. It's okay, I know it's out of my control. I just wish that I could stop them, personally. Like, we don't need ads. I know it's technically only like, what, 3 minutes of ads per hour. If you really consider it and take into consideration how many ads there are on actual TV when you have a paid service, it's a lot more ads. But it's not live. That's the issue. Your show stops while the ads are going through. Here, not so much. Here it's live, so it doesn't pause. Unless the streamer pauses, of course. But yeah, so basically, just to answer the question fully, Shirogami, I have it set up so that my activity feed, and as far as I'm aware, all bots should not be saying who's following. But I have that one stubborn bot that I don't know where it's coming from. It's using my username and says who followed. And I can't figure it out. I don't know where it's coming from. And it's annoying me. But thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How did you find the channel? Just watch the whole PD2 stream. It was absolutely PD2. Mind elaborating on what that stands for? If you don't mind? Meep. Hi, Shay. Oh, Payday 2. Okay, thank you. Sorry, it's not a game we play often. That was my first time that I played it in, like, a decade. So I didn't know the abbreviation. Thank you for letting me know. You watched the VOD? Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And welcome in. Is it Payday 2 that brought you in then? The struggle to open and find out was absolutely perfect. Yeah, we had a few struggles that night. We had a few struggles. Especially once the lobby just closed out and then we had to reopen and try to figure out what was going on, why it wasn't working. It's like, what's going on? You watched Nim streams. Okay, that explains it. That explains it. I was like, I feel like I recognize the name. I've seen it somewhere before. But yeah, it's not a game we play often, but we did have fun with Nim. And Kuroma, who joined us, and then there was... Who was it that joined us? We had another person that joined us that day. One of the new viewers. I'm having a blank on their name now. Oh, let's see. Here it is. It was with the Cat. Right, it was with Cat. It's a common issue. Yeah, that's what I was Googling on that day when we were trying to figure out what was going on. And yeah, it's a common issue from what we could see. All right, you're gonna want a Spoken Heart, which means 3 charm. 1, 2, 3. 1 attack and 1 defense. And that should give us a Spoken Heart. Yeah. Cool. Well, welcome in either way. I appreciate that you're coming in even though we're not playing Payday 2. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of 2-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the 2 brains. You would think that 2 brains would make 1 body smarter, I guess. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Deary at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks, so local folk have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Of course, the farmer wanted to keep her sheep safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. Rumor unlocked, danger zone. So we're gonna have to figure out what goes with what again, but that's fine. That's someone being you. Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say that's probably different, but sure, we'll go with it. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. Right? That's exactly what I was thinking. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn 2-headed sheep are? Let me guess. They're twice as stubborn as 1-headed sheep. You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One hen might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh, hi. That's the same lady. Clovers. Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. I'm surprised that this late into the game, we're still encountering new characters. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. Do you two know each other? Barely. Keep your secrets then, oh so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she let me out back there. Didn't you expect you two to be best friends, honestly? Best friends? I think you got that one wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like her. I have tastes. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, innkeep. Apology accepted. Alright, let's take our first sip of hot beverage. Thank you everyone for being here, by the way. I appreciate it. Of course, I don't know how to drink and make a mess. That sounds like something I would do. Alright, swept, or picked up, I guess. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed. Appreciate you more. Thank you for being here. I think I'm getting my heart right. Somewhat. It's hard to get it right in terms of, like, with the camera. Indeed, I think I got the hang of it. Then what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Appreciate you most? Why would you do such a thing? There's other people to appreciate. Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry, she might not look like it, but her drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Alright, what you want? You want something with intelligence. Oh, no, wait. With fight, sorry. I appreciate you too. Don't forget it. That's a threat. Is it, though? Alright, you want something with fight? That's probably Sailor's Courage. No, there was another drink. Tavern Brawler. That's the one. That's the one. I feel so threatened. Alright, 1, 2, 3, then 1 charm, and 1 defense. And that should give us a Southern Brawler. Why are you all threatening me? Oh, wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy. You can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Joey told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade? Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer, but this was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tested us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. That's probably our last infusion. It is citron. So it is good for attack and defense, but bad for charisma. Citron. This rare gemstone can only be found in the well-hidden eastern parts of the Forbidden Valley. Citron is said to be favored by the dragons due to its incredible divine properties. Blessed. Blessed with the divine magic of the dragons, adventurers will have a much better chance fighting the undead or any other unholy creature, or any creatures really. Hashtag blessed? That's how you say it, right? Hashtag blessed? I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Oh my... That took me a while to really notice it. So if you look behind the cup, obviously she's one-armed and she has a prosthetic. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. A prosthetic that's a crochet hook. I love it. I love it. It's been a bit since I've crocheted myself, but it's a fun hobby, okay? Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. Wow. How old are you then? Let's see. Let's go find Una's info. Finfolk, age 68. Pronouns she, her. Arcane engineer. Background astral C. Alignment neutral good. And the Arcana C Empress. I've been rivals with Una long before the study even began. She was an adventurer back then, but is retired now. Even put a crochet hook onto the stump of her arm. But there are things about her that'll never change. I'm pretty sure she'll never stop stacking that deck, for example. Oh. So she's always been a cheater at cards. Got it. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, Bounty Hunter. You don't... But don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Sorry, I had to go back to regular voice for that one. I had to go back to regular voice for that one. Huh, you wish. Let's say Jade be on your guard. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So, you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen and keep. If your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can beat them fair and square. Oh, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. That is so true. Now watch how a real master does it. Ooh. Another new character? What the heck? Good day. I've returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome. Sounds good, Cryptic. Thank you for hanging out. I think I forgot to say it, but if anyone's not following Cryptic and likes Celeste gameplay, please check out Cryptic. Go hang out. As well as Geometry Dash. Not just Celeste, Geometry Dash. But mostly on Celeste right now, because we're currently working on the Grandmaster lobby. There you go. That's what we're looking for. Welcome, Miss Anwar, and welcome. This brave's adventurer's name is Claymore. Thanks for the pun. Thanks for the pun, game. I love it. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Clay thing. Just Clay's alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is, then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my. You've got a lot of stuff on the menu. Do you all feel that way too when you go to a restaurant and there's too many options to pick from? It's like, what do I get? Like, it must be, to an extent, depending on where you go as a picky person, it must be so much easier for you to pick a food item that you're gonna like. But when you're someone like me, that's like, I don't mind anything. This all seems good. I'm not a picky person. I can eat everything on this menu. What do I pick? Chicken nuggets all the time, right? No, I'm not. I'm gonna be mean here to a lot of people. I'm not a huge fan of chicken nuggets. The ones that are store-bought aren't too bad. But I cannot stand McDonald's chicken nuggets. I can't. Everyone's gonna hate me now. It's fine. Really? Like, I personally don't get how people like McDonald's chicken nuggets. I cannot. Are they? Okay, that might make a difference. I don't remember having them as a kid, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I've never been a fan of them, at least in recent years. And if I'm having chicken nuggets, I'd rather just do them at home. How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. It's also an age thing. You're just getting... You know what? That's fair, chicken. Other than, like, Nile, Shady, Caliphie, Catherine, Noctis, maybe? Like, I know T-Phase community, there's quite a few more people that are a little bit older than I am, but in the majority of communities that I'm in, I'm the eldest. So, yeah, I am getting older. I am. I agree to that. Alright, you want just strong, so we'll give you a Southern Brawler as well. But no, you're completely right on that. I am getting older. I was about to say, can you pour it in, please? Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There's no such time. Time to eat at Smithy's more and more. I don't know what Smithy's is, so sure? Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. She's probably gonna want either intelligence or charm? I don't remember. Intelligence it is, so she wants the nebula. Yeah, this one. Oh no, wait, she wants defense. I was looking at the wrong place. So she wants the Frosted Lagoon. There we go. I was looking at the wrong spot. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 attack. I said 1 attack, please. And 1 charm. Frosted Lagoon. But yeah, if you want to elaborate on what Smithy's is, go ahead. I'd appreciate it even. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia Temple. So I've been told. Mostly about the wobbling ooze. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. It was a breakfast chain in Nova Scotia, mostly for the older generation. Got it! Because I've never heard of it, so I don't know if it's in New Brunswick. Now I'm curious, so I'm gonna Google it. Google, help me please. All day breakfast, appetizers, salad, handhelds, mains, kids, desserts, downloads. So yeah. Let's see, it would seem that the closest one to here is in Sussex, so there is some in New Brunswick. Which makes me wonder if there's one in Moncton, because Moncton is obviously bigger than Sussex, so you would assume there's one here. No, there isn't. Wow. Wow. What if I type in New Brunswick? Yeah, it really seems that Sussex is the only place with a Smithy's. Huh. Oh no, wait, no, there's some... there's one in Fredericton too, it seems. Sussex and Fredericton, that's it seems. Interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, we're going on a tangent as we tend to do for some reason. I apologize. Locations. I'm on their actual website, so we'll see. We just want New Brunswick. Okay, why is it not just giving me only... Like, it's giving me, like, all the way across Canada. I really don't care about across Canada. Like, at all. Yeah, there's one in Sussex. That's probably St. John's. Is that St. John's here? Or is that St. John's? That's St. John's, Newfoundland. Huh. Yeah, it really seems like Sussex and possibly Fredericton, and that's it. Huh. That is interesting. Whoa, right? Right? I'm surprised that if it's anywhere in New Brunswick, I'm surprised that it's not in the three main cities, right? That's where you would assume that a chain, I guess, suppose like that, would be, is in the bigger cities, not the smaller cities. So it's like, huh? What? Checks out Snurp's Ko-fi page. Why would you do such a thing? You should not do that. There's nothing to see there. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dalwell. Or should I say, the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I didn't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon, and now I gotta Google another word because I'm like, sequoia? What's that? What is sequoia? Sequoia, whatever. To a type of tree in the cypress family, which includes the redwood trees. So it's a type of tree. Oh, okay. It's one of those big, very, very tall trees. And it's like a dark, like light red to dark red color. Got it. There are portals in the tree. Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation, and I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. I'm sorry for the ads. I apologize. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were planning to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make good for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Hear me out about clay, though. What about clay, darling? Do you want him to put you up against a wall? If so, I don't blame you. The things I do and say on stream, my lord. You didn't get anything to eat or drink? Why not? That was your perfect time. You were in Adland. You could have gotten something to eat or drink. A warm beverage of your choice that I posted in Discord. You're not a good listener? That's fair. In this case, you weren't really listening, though. You were reading. I need him to pick me up, and that's a lot of stars. That's a lot of stars, Ko. Who said that? I kind of assumed that's what you were going to say, so I said it for you earlier. It's fine. He does look pretty good though. I agree. Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about just recently just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps. Who's talking? Ko and I guess. We're just talking and fangirling on Mr. Clay. It's fine. Just 2 days before the stars fell, they said it seemed like it was running from something and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed that it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. They weren't wrong. She's right. It did lead us on an adventure. But I don't know if they'd hope it would wipe out the entire night sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of change of pace, is all I'm saying. The exact definition is subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being... I never remember how to say this word. Awry? I know what it means. Okay, can I type, please?
Awry.
Awry. Okay. I'm never sure on that word. I'm like, how do I say this again? I know what it stands for. It means something going wrong, essentially. I'm like, how say? Thanks, chicken. And I was determined to get to the bottom of it. All right, on Clay, yes, please. Is that what you wanted to hear, Ko? You're just saying stuff to make me say stuff at this point, aren't you, Ko? Because you know I'll say them. So, naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose. What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directing interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right, sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. I don't know why it is about Alethea. I just really give her a preppy tone. I don't know why. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragonhead tritons and flimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspects of the celestial twins, therefore making their connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I had managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach, and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong in a way. Sadly, the shells burnt up during the ritual, singed Thea's hands too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your very own ritual, Clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessing rest upon him. You're full of surprises. Thank you. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. Go. I love you. I love you. No, keep going. I love it. It's fine. Not the mental health professional thingy popping up right after your comment. It obviously the timer was like, "Hey, Ko, you're being very naughty right now. Maybe you want to talk about it to one of our like mental health professionals or something." Because obviously Nerpy can't help you with that. God damn it. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. Oh, he's crying. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yes, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Astrian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult, or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite, it just beckoned them home through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is, but echoes are from the primeval sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once, but for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers, and accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Why are you flipping that oh, because you don't have the ball. Well, if you go in the About Me section, you can buy more Pokeballs, or if you know the command that you can put in chat, you can buy more Pokeballs too. I just don't know the command to be put in chat. If Voltage was here, he'd be able to tell you. Excuse me. Even your Astrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portal opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally opening to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. Why did I open my book? And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendship with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help. Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right. That, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. He looks so happy. Look at him. Oh, it's because I clicked on here earlier by accident. That's why it opened the this up. That's what happened. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, and was as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. I would assume not. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was gray, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew, I'd outweighed my fears. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared, you get angry, when you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then picked up the shell gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hand against its cheek. I wanted to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to eyes before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through her hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead, and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale, and one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? So humanoid then? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently, it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The two-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. Kyra, what are you doing? Thank you for the 400 bits. I promise you don't have to. How's work? Hopefully it's going good. Sugar. Oh. Kyra's already saying no to hot mama. Kyra's also gonna say no to sugar mama. Oh my god. It felt really bad about this. I can't keep a straight face right now. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Yeah, do you ever get angry? No, I'm the embodiment of calmness and How like hell you are. I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. You forgot divinity. Thank you. Thank you, I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands, and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful, and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seems a curse took hold and slowly spread through its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on soul crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared, and angrier, and colder, until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So, in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly, but apparently was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The star. Chaos and support. Well, thank you for the chaos and support. Can you hear me right now, or no? I suppose if you can't hear me, there's the captions that you can put on. But thank you for the chaos and support. I appreciate it. You don't have to. Oh, I reread that. It ate Pharos, the guiding star of the endless sea? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened, but it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. So what I'm understanding here is that the cosmic whale, or the astral sea whale, got cursed. It got very cold, and then it ate one of the biggest star that it could find. And stars and just the galaxy in general all have a sense of gravity. So if you take out one star, I'm assuming all the gravity around that star went away. And then that affected all the other stars too. That's my get. That's what I'm guessing. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe was hurt and scared. It should have endured instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No, the frostbite may be gone, but that star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right, some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to the light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back, we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I, with little whale charms on them. Oh my god, you did not. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you, right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure, I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Oh, that's a pretty mosaic. I'm assuming this here? Take care of myself. All right. I'll take another sip of our tonight's drink. Although it's cold now, unfortunately. Oh, I forgot to get more water. That's what I forgot before stream. Oh well. I clicked on the wrong thing again. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece art represented a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. What is the drink? Like a matcha tea? Not quite. Not quite. It is green. It is a lot more fluorescent green than a matcha tea, though, because matcha tea is usually a darker green, right? This is honeydew. This is honeydew tea. Can be drank cold or hot. Wild? Depends on your definition of wild, really. It's wild for over here. But all across Asia. Or in a lot of different portions of Asia anyways, they have a lot of honeydew flavored things. Sounds good, to be honest. It is good. It is good. Yeah, go to any Asian market chicken. There's so many different honeydew flavored things. Popsicles, drinks, Like you name it, and there's probably a honeydew type of flavor somewhere or other. Passion fruit too, right? Like they have a lot of different flavors than we have here, but they're all very good, honestly. All right, so we are having ads in. We are back. We are trying to get comfy. Is what we're doing. There you go. We're back. Go piss no you. Did you guys get any thing to eat or drink? I got myself water because apparently I had forgotten to fill my water bottle. So now we have regular water, that honeydew tea, and ginger ale. There you go. That's the third thing we had tonight. As usual, I tend to have like 3-4 different things to drink beside me. So... Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You're surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could have not done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. My God, can't talk. Can't talk. It's fine. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale, you found out why the stars fell, you even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. Could you imagine if we were the big bad of this entire campaign? That would be hilarious to me. That would be hilarious. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly, someone else orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental. Let's try that again. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. Not her coming for my man like that. Oh my God. That would be absolutely beautiful. It would be, honestly. Like, us being the big bad. Like, yes, please. And I'm sure she's not going for your man. You're fine, Co. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could lead to a calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors? A random who is somehow out of nowhere with the most overpowered. Renemu is somehow out of nowhere the most overpowered mastermind, yet in all aspects looks like the average day bartender, right? That would be great. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love, when I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did at one point or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance. Everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you and follow the natural flow of the universe. I'll take either one since you play both sides. Oh my god. Go, please. So much lost over there. And that's fair, Ko. I'm the same way. Hence why we've had the pan as a background every once in a while. Pan flag. Or whatever. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy got another drink for me. I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. I already don't remember what she wants, so... something strong, so Southern Brawler it is. 1, 2, 3. And then it's a defense and a charm. Southern Brawler. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me, but this string is splendid, I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy, and I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her. That is loud. That is... Why is that so loud? I'm gonna go make that a little bit less loud, because that was loud. Like, I don't mind that one being a little loud, because obviously it's a yell. It's normal for it to be somewhat loud. But like, to the point where I had to take off my headset because it was so loud? No, that's too loud. That is too loud. What do we want? We want my alerts. T-Rex, you. I don't know what it is, but ever since like my computer was like, everything is a lot louder, like a lot of things have been way too loud and I hate it. I'm gonna just take a second here. Like, there's quite a few over here that I know are gonna be loud if I don't change them a little bit right now. So since I'm here, I'm gonna do it. No, maybe this one too. Actually. Okay, the rest of it should be fine. You have successfully trolled. Congrats. One of the only times on this channel that I've had to jump, I guess. Because I don't get scared easy. You can ask Vix. Vix has seen me not get scared and like freaking out. Oh my god, I have something in my eyes. I'm sorry. And like Outlast and Amnesia and stuff like that. And the only reason I jumped there was because it was overly loud. Like, it was loud. And that's why I jumped. Because otherwise, I would have been fine. You know? Yes, I know you know. But there you go. You got a jump clip, I guess. I can't say I was scared necessarily. It was just very freaking loud. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No, she was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always said, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not not very successfully. But yeah, Shapi, go scare Caliphy. Go scare Caliphy. Caliphy's probably easier to scare than I am. Excuse me. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture only has been standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Oh my god, that would take so long. That would take so long if it's even possible. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 Maidon archives, the kind one to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless activist. But then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope. Not much of librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. Rumor, Everbloom. New rumor unlocked. We have so many freaking rumors. What the hell? But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could ask all the scholarly people that pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her for yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters, typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep will do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine. I'll take one or two, though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No, thank you, Clay. Anytime, then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. His name is a pun, and they leave the character on the first day we meet him as a pun. Thanks, game. I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. Have a super day. Yeah. I need to make a rat play this game just for the puns, because Ratty hates puns. More than I do. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. You like being angry? No, I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try and keep her. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself, too. Would you say they'd feel punished playing this game? Yes. Like, each time that I think we're done meeting new characters, we're meeting new characters. I'm like, what the heck? Alright, Claymore. Kin, giant earth echo. Age, 31. Pronouns, he, him. Class, barbarian. Yeah, I was thinking either barbarian or some kind of weird druid for him. Although we've already met a druid, I think, which was the Baya, right? Yeah, so we already met a druid. So I guess barbarian made sense. Background, Highlands. Alignment, neutral, good. Arcana, strength. We're not surprised by that. Clay is a sweet and gentle half-giant. He loves animals and can communicate with them, a skill no one should underestimate. He believes in the good in people and is exceptionally empathetic. On the other hand, he is also a very strong and remarkable fighter. Totem Warrior Barbarians is absolutely busted. Honestly, like, if you're in D&D, if you're planning to make a tank, and this is any tank, just getting the first 3 levels in Barbarian gives you so much tank ability, and it doesn't even matter what kind of tank you're building. And give him a maul and got yourself a mid-max, right? Like Paladin with Barbarian, or Druid with Barbarian, Moon Druid specifically, like, tank for days. Tank 4 days. Thank you, Clay. Me too. Back to Una and Jade, or are they leaving? No, they're not leaving. They're just playing cards all day. Oh, Mr. Bones is back. Scully, top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances? With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way, speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. You made a warlock and subclass into paladin, so you could spam Eldritch Blast, summon a sword from nowhere. Nice. Nice. I'm currently playing a genie warlock. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully, and that one over there is my friend Jade. Sounds absolutely fabulous, yeah. Ah, fellow Maida, but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. It does remind me of Scully in a way. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ha! Don't get smart with me now. Oh, Astera's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmering gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Maida since, well, since I woke up. So, anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. Would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyways, see ya. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Oh, magician's back. Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, X. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere. I know. You got it, but today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today, we're going to celebrate my sister. Okay, she's cute. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me X, and this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know. She's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside Hexagon. If you insist, a fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ, that's a majorly big deal. Congrats. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet, thank you. I have to agree with everyone, you should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Max already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I'm trying to say it in English, but at the same time in French, and it's not working out. It's really not. Hex already told me you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper, but I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Something for the brains, which is the Nebula. I feel like the days are just getting longer and longer in this game because we've been on this day for 2 hours now. Like, what the heck? 1, 2, 3, or an hour and a half, I should say. And then 1, 2. My, this is delightful. See, told you. She definitely knows her craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell, your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? No, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Axe, what about you two? I'm good, I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. So, charm. Charm was the spoken heart. Right, yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1 attack. And 1 defense. Alright, we're about to enter Adland again, so we will be right back. Here you go, a drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theoretically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Exy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talk about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaian Everbloom Archives, to be precise, before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Wind Wisher, thank you so much.
You guys can hear me through the chat or stream.
Welcome in, Raiders.
For like 15 seconds.
Oh,
Don't go in there.
I'll take it that Rhino being here
Guys,
is
Why
how
did y'all
you
say
found me.
nothing? Like I did.
I was just about to
Don't go
ask
in
how you
there.
found the channel, but I guess that answers the
That's
question,
right.
especially considering you were playing some Subnautica. Because I was like, Tavern Talk and Subnautica have nothing in common. So how did you find me? But welcome in. CJ, hello! I'll say your name like everyone else. It is the raid was guided by CJ. Oh, it was guided by CJ and not Rhino. Bleh. But welcome in everyone, I'm Nerapi, very streamer on Twitch. Most people call me Nerps or Nerpy. Yeah, we stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. Sundays, it's either one of two things. We're either playing games with the International Council, which is a stream team that I'm a part of, which is a weird amalgamation of different games depending on who's there. On the other second Sunday, not Tuesday, Sunday, we are currently actually with the Almighty Co, as well as Zozo Duderino. I can't talk today. I've been talking for too long. No, I'm kidding. We started Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, which is something that I had started personally like 3 years ago now, or had played 3 to 4 years ago with another partner that I was going through with the game, but they got busy with life, so it's been on the back burner for a while. But we're finally getting back it. Okay, well, I'll wait, because apparently we're getting raided again, so I guess I'll just restart the entire spiel. Caserino, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh my lord. How's everyone doing today? We will get to a shout out to Wind Wisher too, I promise, because Wind Wisher is not on the auto shout out list. Or it shouldn't be. Or they are? No, they got a shout out. So I guess I put you on the auto shout out list at some point, and I don't even remember it. It's fine. But I guess we'll restart that real quick. But to say the least, Caserino, welcome in. I'm Nerpy. Most people call me Nerps or Nerpy. We stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. Every second Sunday, we play games with TIC, which is the International Council, the stream team that I'm a part of. Or we're playing Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wrights with Co and Zoe. Which is a game that I had started like 3-4 years ago with another partner, but they got busy with life. So we're restarting the entire series. Tuesdays and Thursdays, currently, we're playing Tavern Talk because our friends at Future Friends gifted us a review code for the DLC of this game, which means that we have to go through the entire story because I've never played this game. So we're going through the base game currently. We're getting towards the tail-ish end of it. We're probably pretty close to Act 3, which is the last act. So I'd say we're a little bit more than halfway. And then so far, recently, on Saturdays, we've been playing Helldivers 2 at around, and all these streams are usually at around 8:30 p.m. Eastern. But welcome in, everyone. Hopefully you're all having a great day.
That's good.
Welcome
You're the
in.
first rank wild goose.
Hi, J Racer. How are you?
Oh wait, no, I'm from 17th to 7th to 3rd. Holy shit.
But just to go back to it.
Oh shit, I got second in Grand Prix!
That one was loud.
Oh,
I
shit.
apologize for that.
I got second place! Oh my gosh, let's go. Taking a picture of
Is
that.
that less bad now? Yeah, that is a little bit less bad now. CJ, thank you for recommending me to Wind Wisher for the raid. I appreciate it. You didn't have to, I promise. Oh no, it's actually Frosty Tools that did the shout out. Oh, okay. Well, I'll add you now to the auto shout out list. I don't mind doing that. I kind of forgot that Frosty Tools could do shout outs, to be honest. And to answer your question, Wind Wisher, we on mine, not that I don't trust my mods to help me out, but sometimes mods do be modding and are busy with their lives, which I don't blame them for, and it's just easier for me to have everyone on an auto shout out. So essentially, I use Mix It Up, and when people come in, they're shouted out automatically. So that's the answer probably to the question that you were wondering, and you were like, what is she talking about? I have no clue. So there's your answer. So CJ, thank you for recommending the raid. Welcome in raiders from raiders and everyone from both streams. I appreciate it. Caserino and Wind Wisher, thank you for the raids. Thank you for trusting your communities with mine. I really do appreciate it. It is a me. Thank you, CJ. Hi, Caserino. How is Persona 3 and how is Subnautica for Wind Wisher? Sorry, it gets a little bit confusing when there's 2 raids in a row, because then you're like, how's everyone? How was games? How was streams? So tell me everything, please, and thank you. Passing to say hi and steal my snacks? Unluckily for you, I don't have snacks. Or at least not snacks beside me anyways. Sorry for being loud, that was a great moment for F099. No worries, J-Racer, no worries. Second place in an F095 circuit is not easy. Nice. Gotta introduce all the great people to each other. Why, thank you, CJ. You definitely don't have to. There was a follow in there somewhere. Thank you for the follow. Follows should be anonymous. There's that one stubborn bot I have somewhere that's still telling me who followed. I have to figure out how to get rid of that one, to be honest. I don't know where it's coming from, and I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's fine. But yes, follows are supposed to be anonymous here. But consider yourself followed, Windwisher. We'll go take a look and see what you're all about. But welcome in. Alright, so far so good. You're terrified of deep waters, but you're persuaded to try Subnautica. Oof. That's gonna be tough then. That's gonna be tough. Honestly. Thank you. Of course, of course. You trusted your community with mine at the behest of CJ, mind you. You still trusted your community with mine, so it's fair for me to go see who you are, what you do, and tell me a little bit about yourself right now. Go. The floor is all yours. It was fun, made a lot of progress, and recruited Koromaru. He's such a good boy. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember what game you were playing. Persona 3. Right. I have not played Persona 3, so I don't know who that is. Persuaded with an inch of his CJ. I'm pretty sure we've told you not to twist people's arms before. That's generally considered bad. Like, come on. But glad you made progress though, Casarino. That's good. The only Persona that we've played is Persona 5 Royal. It's usually our Tuesday game, but again, like I was saying, when you all rated in, currently we're playing Tavern Talk because the game got gifted to us as a review code. So we're going through it and going through this first and foremost, and then we'll go back to a regular scheduled programming, which on Tuesdays is usually Persona 5 Royal, and Thursdays Crosscode. But welcome in. Hopefully you're all having a great night. And if any of you have to dip out, go get a snack, go shower, go sleep, grab a drink, whatever it is, I don't blame you. That's completely fine if you gotta raid and run. Thank you for trusting communities with mine. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm listening. Tell me your life story, CJ. You're a Verity streamer of horror survival games, made affiliate last year. Nice, congrats. Trying to get your Discord up and running and everything linked up now. Yeah, that can take up time sometime if you're like new to Discord, so I get it. But congrats on getting that affiliate though. Horror and survival games. Excuse me. I tend to get bored of horror, unfortunately. The only 2 horror games that have kept me in, and it's not because I get scared, I don't get scared. Like, we were discussing that a little earlier this stream, I don't get scared. But Outlast and Amnesia are the 2 like horror games that I've played. And I'll be honest, playing Resident Evil 0, 1, and 2 has scared me more than Amnesia and Outlast. And that's because in Resident Evil, you don't see the jump scares coming. While in Amnesia and Outlast, I felt like I could know, I guess, when the jump scares were coming. And it was kind of the same with Alien Isolation. I didn't finish that one. But like I was like, oh look, alien puppy's gonna pop out. Hi. Are you drooling from the ceiling? That's okay. Everyone just likes to make me happy. What can I say? I mean, CJ, we love you. We want to keep you happy. That's normal. Agreed with that. You got more annoyed with that less. You ran into walls more than being scared, right? Like, it's a great game. The story's great. I'm not gonna deny that. And that's what kept me going with the game. But like, in terms of jump scares, a lot of these horror games don't scare me, unfortunately. Which I suppose some of those horror games, that's not really the goal either. So it just really depends. But I had heard so much about how Outlast and Amnesia was scary, and to me it was like, whatever, it's fine. They might have gotten me like once per game, and that was it. Anyways, I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Well, obviously they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe you can revive some of that old knowledge? And don't be afraid to keep chatting about what we were discussing or anything that I might have discussed. I can get right back up to chat and keep up with chat and chat. This is what I kind of like about visual novels and games that can pause like this, is that it does give me time, a lot more time than like Helldivers, for example, to chat with chat. Helldivers gets chaotic and you don't always have time to see all the chats that's happening, and sometimes in between rounds you have to be like, oh, okay, I'll catch up the chat. I'm usually not too bad personally because I've been streaming for like almost 5 years now. In March, yeah, 5 years, so you kind of get used to like paying attention to both to an extent, but yeah. Alright, what's that message? Okay, cool. It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or the ruins, rather. Oh, we got more information on Scully. Let's go read it. Alright. So, before his passing, he was an archivist in the Everbloom archives. He cared for and archives all kinds of knowledge and history of this world. Maybe that's where he got the idea to use a hat as storage space. His one eye looks strikingly similar to the gemstone Jane is wearing as a necklace. How curious. These characters have great hats. They do. Like, all the characters in this game are so well designed, to be honest, and their backstories are like, all these characters are so, like, they all have their quirkiness to them. And another thing that I do love about this game, CJ, is that it is very inclusive. Fable is they, them. Rhea with full-on beard, she, her. Dwarves, obviously. John has changed names like 4 times or 5 times now. I'd have to go back in my announcements and see how many times he's changed his name. It's 4 or 5 now. It's fun. It's been fun. It's an interesting game if you want to look at it. Or the ruins, rather. You remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Guy's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steeps or a poisonous lake. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Grace looks, petrified. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you have to protect that knowledge. It would be a shame if someone... Anyways... I think I know the place Scully's talking about. Oh? It sounds just like the gravel mac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane, at least. Or else I would have heard of it. Rumor unlocked. Deadly hideout. So we're trying to get the location of the archives for... what's her full name? Elithea. Elithea. There we go. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds like a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the gravel mac anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets of trade today already. We got more information on Jade. She's surprisingly good with animals and even has a little turtle accompanying her. Well, only two-headed sheep are giving her a hard time somehow, but through her travels, she's learned how to handle all sorts of people and how to win against them at cards fair and square, or not fair at all. Thank you for your reluctant service. What a lovely young lady she would have made for... Alexa, stop. Alright, I will be right back. I do have some food. We'll have to check that again in like 10 minutes or so. Make sure we don't burn our food. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. I keep clicking on that by accident. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly, I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant, right, chicken? Ah, it's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully, and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Alright, we got some information on Grace. Let's go read it. Kin, F-Elf, age 42, pronouns she, her, class, wizard, background, zenith, alignment, neutral good, arcana, the Hierophant. Grace is a Selenite witch. Excuse me. Grace is a Selenite witch who just successfully defended her wizard's PhD thesis. She's calm and gentle and seems to be a bit tired of her brother's chaotic experiments, her older brother's experiments. Even though he is shorter than her and looks younger, Grace is actually the younger sibling. Okay, I'll let you read that. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will, practically. Everyone leaving? Yep, alright. So we'll finish this, and I think we'll call it a day for at least, this game. I think we'll, not something that I often do on stream, but we'll probably switch games, just because we should probably be done streaming like 30 minutes to an hour, give or take. And yeah. If I start a new day, considering this day took us 2 hours, the next day is gonna take longer. So, anyways, let's see. Okay, this is the one it's gonna want us to do, because Alethea was asking for it. We were talking about the gravel max, so this is probably it. Nope. Nope. Ko? Oh right, Ko, you did say something before all the raid menace came in. What were you saying? I'm so sorry. You got some carrot cake. Ooh, yum. You didn't share? Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. You don't have to. Nope. This one. There we go. Raiders of the Lost Archive. Lost Might and Everbloom archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lies deep within the gravel mac, a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. You totally forgot you said that? I didn't. I did until I saw your name pop up again. Once I saw your name pop up again, I was like, oh, right, Ko said something, and then all the raids pop in, and then I forgot the answer to that. I'm sorry. We didn't actually finish Act 2. Dang.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting down below.